Oh, what's up, Purple Sea? It is the spooky stream, yes. Spooky time, spooky stream. Drawing another spooky monster today. Oh, what's up, Steve the Guy? Love a first-time chatter. How's it going? Oh, I'm doing good, Purple Sea. After this guy, I think I have 2 more Hollow Pals to make, and then I'll be done with the Halloween ones. Can I get them done before November starts? We'll see. It's Cat Dog, but with 2 cats. Exactly, yes. I looked up pictures of Cat Dog to do references for the poses, but that was not any help at all. Cat Dog always just rests on the middle part, like right here. Oops. Like right there. That's like Cat Dog's butt, essentially, because they always form like a U shape with both the heads up top. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you guys love the design so far. It's going to be 1 white cat and 1 black cat sewn together by some kind of mad scientist. And this monster will always be tense. Always be in a bad mood. Why though? I mean, why not? It's Halloween. The mad scientists are just running around doing whatever they want. Okay, let's get started. Bye, Nine. I saw the thing you were doing on Twitter, the emojis for Halloween ideas, and I was doing the exact same thing on Instagram at the same time. The chunky stitches, yeah. So my last one, 2 monsters ago, I had the frog that had chunky stitches in it, and I don't know why. I that's my go-to for how to draw stitches is just like big chunky stitches. Oh, maybe from Digimon? Yeah. Yeah, the whole reason I do it is because I when I add features to the monsters, I mean, I'm sure this is why Digimon does it too. I don't really like to add tiny little details. Like if I'm gonna add stitches, I want them to be big enough to see clearly, you know, even though like no thread is that big, you know. But I just don't want to add like little tiny. It's just like if it's going to be part of the creature, it has to be obvious, you know? And kind of want it to look a little more cartoony or stylized and less realistic, if that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know why I love drawing cat pupils like that. I just love making them straight, skinny, vertical lines. Some things, part of my style, I just draw them exactly the same every time, and for cat eyes, I like doing that. What's up, Sapphire? Yeah, lurk away. Good seeing you here. I know a lot of times during my streams it kind of feels like I'm lurking because I'm just like drawing quietly. Lurking on my own stream. I enjoy seeing artists have consistent symbols in their designs, like the cat pupil thing you just mentioned, establishes their style better. Yeah, that's one thing. I think I used to feel like, you know, oh, it's bad to do something exactly the same every time. But when I was like studying the Pokemon illustrations from Red and Blue, like trying to draw like Sugimori, Ken Sugimori, you just see like, oh, he does this the same every time. He does this the same every time, and it's like establishes his style, like what you're saying. So I'm more okay with myself doing things the same every time because I'm just like, I just like drawing cat eyes like that. It's always going to be like that, and if somebody someday wanted to mimic my style, that's something they could do. But yeah, something I used to try to avoid, but now it's just like, if I like doing it, just do it. Like all the artists that people like, they like them for their ability, their skill, sure, but also their style. So if you're like trying not to have a style, that's kind of silly. If you're trying to draw differently every time. Yeah, style is a big thing. Being able to have your own work recognized even without your name on it. Yeah, you're right. I never really thought about it that way. But yeah, that would be really cool for any artist. You know, anyone here in this chat who's an artist or myself, like Binine and Sapphire, for example, I know I could probably recognize your guys' stuff, even if your name wasn't on it. My stuff, since I usually go for a Sugimori style, I mean, probably wouldn't be that recognizable, but hopefully in time, maybe in a few more years, it'll be kind of my own thing a little more. But yeah, that's a pretty good goal to have. I never really thought about that. Oh, you can recognize my artwork? Yeah, that's one of those things. It's hard to like look in the mirror and judge your own work like that. It's definitely super close to Sugimori, but I think with art that our own natural tendencies always bleed out in some way. Yeah, I know what you mean. And it's so funny, you know. I'm always when I draw something and I try to make it look like Sugimori and I do the watercolor style and everything. I'm always like, you know what? This really looks like Sugimori stuff. And then 6 months later, a year later, I look back at my art and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't look like what I thought how it looked when I drew it. It's with time, it's like easier to identify as clearly not Sugimori. You know what I mean? But yeah, with my own watercolor, I've kind of moved away from trying to clone Sugimori style and just make it similar to his, but with my own touches, you know? The monsters that I draw for Yaju Masters, I do want them to have their own vibe and not just look like they could be Pokemon, you know what I mean? Even though they are, you know, they're pretty close. You want to try doing actual watercolor? Man, I am scared of that. I cannot do traditional stuff at all. Yeah, by nine, your digital stuff. I mean, I'm assuming it's digital now that you said that. It really, really looks like watercolor. Like 100%, it looks like you splashed some paint down on some rough paper, you know? So I drew some stripes on this cat on the left. You can see like here, on the ears, behind it, right here. So I was picturing this cat being white with orange spots. So like most of the head would be orange, and then there'd be like orange stripes, and then a little orange part here. But I might just try to make it a white cat, because the other cat will just be black with, it'll have a white spot on its head and white paws. So I kind of want it to be like black and white. But I think if I add orange to the white cat, at least how I have it now, it'll be like, it won't look white, it'll look like orange and white. So we'll see if I keep the stripes or not. You could do accents, white and orange versus blue and black. Yeah, like I wouldn't mind doing a couple of accents. Yeah, like maybe if just this was orange and then the ears. And then maybe the back stripes. It would still be a mostly white cat, I think. Yeah, we'll see when I get there. I'll do all the lines first, and then maybe I'll do some fast coloring and see what it looks like. Oh, by the way, so I did 2 different whisker styles. The white cat has... These are just going to be thick black lines here. Like this. But then the black cat has how I usually do whiskers, which is like Meowth whiskers. They're like thick and almost fleshy, you know? They're not... It doesn't look like a single hair, you know? So hopefully the 2 different styles... I wanted the cats to kind of be in 2 different styles, but sewn together. But hopefully that looks fine, you know what I mean? Hopefully it doesn't look like 2 different artists did them or something like that. That's a fun idea. 2 different artists, each working one half of the design. Yeah, I'm hoping it comes off as like... I don't know. I hope it doesn't like clash. You know what I mean? I hope it just looks like 2 different animals got stuck together. Not 2 different animals, but like 2 wildly different kinds of cats. I am happy to almost be done with Halloween. To get back to drawing other monsters. But it is a blast having a focused theme, like drawing Halloween-themed monsters. It's been a lot of fun, but 10 I think is my max. Once I hit 10, I'm just like, okay, it's November now, I'm going back. Just one of those things. It's fun to do, but also I'm happy when it's over. The constraints are fun, yeah. Especially, so like I usually have trouble thinking of ideas for monsters, but if you have constraints, like it has to have something to do with Halloween, it's almost easier to come up with an idea. Because you have different starting points. You can be like, oh, did I do a bat creature this year? Did I do... Or like, I really like Nightmare Before Christmas. I'll kind of, like this. I feel like this could almost be a Nightmare Before Christmas type monster. You know, in that style. That's, I think for this one, that's how I got that idea. The new Girafarig Pokemon that was revealed. And I'm like, I really like Girafarig. I like the idea of two monsters being stuck together. Or like... one monster is actually two monsters. And then at some point I thought of the Nightmare Before Christmas. And I was like, oh, I could totally see two animals being sewn together as a monster in that movie. So I think that's how I thought of this one. But that's why the emoji stuff is so fun. Designing a monster from them was like solving a problem. Rather than coming up with something like from scratch. Yeah, exactly. And I love exploring a design that's based on an existing design you're not happy with. That's a great inspo. Yeah. Yeah, with the emojis at the beginning of the month. You know, people on Instagram, they give me a lot of emojis to go off of. You know, in my stories, I'll be like, you know, post 2 or 3 emojis that have something to do with Halloween, and I'll take some of them and draw a monster. And one of the responses, I took this person's emojis and I drew a monster. And I shared it in my story, and they messaged me, they sent me a DM, and they're like, that's not what I was thinking. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, did you not know? This is just to give me ideas. I'm not drawing a commission for you. You're just giving me ideas right now. Another thing that happens a lot. Yeah, draw it yourself, sure. Another thing that happens a lot is I'll be like, okay, give me 2 or 3 or whatever, 3 or 4 emojis only. And then some people in the box, they'll like type a whole like 2 sentences describing a monster. But I just love that, giving a DM. Like I didn't even respond to that. It's like, that's not how I was thinking you would draw it. It's like, oh, sorry. Like, I don't know. I think half the fun of this is submitting something and then having no idea what the artist is going to do with that. I think that's fun, you know? That's the whole interesting thing behind those 4 artists draw the same prompt kind of challenges. Not gonna lie, when I submit mine, I don't ever have a concept in mind. I just try to make them weird emojis to see if the artists can actually do something with them. Yeah. Oh, what's up, WeStyler? How's it going? Yeah, Sapphire, I agree. Like, I just, in the moment, whenever I'm submitting that for artists, I will just try to think of some emojis that might go good together, or maybe they don't, just to see if the artist draws them and what they look like. I couldn't imagine having a monster in mind and then converting that into emojis and then expecting the artist to recreate the idea that I had in my head. Yeah, the True Green 7 videos, I watch those sometimes. I really like them. That 4 artists doing the same thing idea, I do want to do that sometime. Even with you guys. That would be a lot of fun. I've done with Doodle Days before where we each draw a baby monster and then we swap them and draw each other's evolutions. And I've been meaning to do something like that again, or the True Green thing, the drawing the same idea. But it's just like stuff keeps piling up and I just keep forgetting to do that, you know. But I think that'd be a really fun thing to do sometimes. Sometime. If I'm busy and any of you guys ever want to do that with me, just hit me up. By if I'm busy, I just meant if I was too busy to start it myself. Because, yeah, that kind of stuff is always really fun. How you doing tonight, WeStyler? I'm having a pretty good evening so far. It is 5:12 where I live. So like early evening, you know. I was gonna ask if anybody else here really loves Banjo-Kazooie music. I have a feeling By9 does. What in the world would give you that impression? I definitely haven't made an entire Grant Kirkhope Halloween playlist. Dude, if you have, if there's a way to share that, if you have, I mean, you might just be making a joke, but I would love to hear that. But I am really looking forward to your game. Have in the clips of your game that you've shared on Twitter, I am trying to remember, have any of them had music in them yet? Or is that something you still have to do? Ooh, I'm gonna click on that. Okay. That's a nice playlist. They have music. Okay. Cool, cool. I'll have to go back after the stream and rewatch those clips. Usually when I'm watching stuff on Twitter, it's at work and I don't have the sound on my phone, you know? I'm just like standing around just like watching it on the tiny screen. But I might end up stealing that playlist you just linked for some streams this month. Hell yeah! You draw the whole line, then erase. Yeah. Yeah, I just do that so it's a smoother line, you know? I mean, it doesn't really matter. That's just kind of what I like to do. One of the reasons it would be hard for me to transition into traditional. It's a lot harder to erase pen than it is to erase a line in Photoshop. Yeah, although if you're only posting them online, you can always correct. I usually draw by hand, but often will correct lines here and there digitally. Yeah. You know, I didn't really think about that. But you're right. So far, the black cat has so much more detail in its, like, shape, in its outlines and stuff. The other cat, without the stripes, just looks completely, like, bare and smooth. I do have a style thing I want to do with this cat. Let me see if I can find the artist online, and I'll show you kind of what I want to do. Okay, I'm on the artist's page. Let me see if I can find a cat. There's some tiny cats. That one's kind of hard to see, the style, because they're all so small. Let me find a bigger cat. I'll just pop this down here so you guys can see it. Ooh, we got Minecrafty spooky cats. Let's see what Sapphire says. Draw the character in pencil, then when you have the lines you like, make a copy of it through copy machine. There you can go no inking required, then just color it in with colored pencil or marker or watercolor. How's it going, Minecrafty? I am looking for a cat drawn by this artist. Here's some cats. Okay, so here's kind of what I mean. So, what I want to try to do with the white cat is maybe not do an outline for the silhouette, but do a lot of individual hairs like this. We will see. We'll see how that looks. I don't know if that'll turn out good or not. Working on the overworld sprites. Oh yeah, I just saw those on Twitter before I started streaming. I thought they looked really good. The sizes and everything looked great. The eight directional sprites, yeah. If it was me making the game, I would not. I would be like, you know what? We don't need that. That's a ton of work for every monster. Those can be such a pain. Been struggling with whether or not monster sizes should be uniform or small versus large depending on the monster. So I think what you had posted, you had the big bird, I forget what it was called, but the third stage rubber bird, it was like a little bigger than the rest. There was like some slight size variation. I thought that was cool. I don't know if that was intentional or if you're trying to make them all the same size, but I like how like the bug was like seemed like the same size as the player, but then like the big bird was like a little bit bigger. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick, but I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Got some of that Zelda music in here. All right, see you later, By Nine. Thanks for joining. Always glad to have you here. And I am not even done doing the ink lines yet. I'm taking my sweet time on this one. Do I have a spooky playlist set up? Thought I heard some Mad Monster Mansion from Banjo-Kazooie. I'm just using a YouTube playlist. By9 shared with me this Grant Kirkhope Halloween playlist that they had put together. So a bunch of like Banjo-Kazooie stuff and ukulele, Mario plus Rabbids, Banjo-Tooie, Donkey Kong 64. So I'll probably play that on the next stream. Or if this playlist runs out today, I'll put that on. But yeah, there's 19 songs in here all by Grant Kirkhope. So that'll be fun. Okay, that might be good for the lines. Man, I love this monster. I love a good, like, animal monster, you know? Just like a... Just like a simple creature. You know, there's nothing man-made in this guy except the threads from being sewn together. It's just two different looking cats. Have you been keeping count of how many Halloween mons you've made this year? Yeah, this will be number 8 this year. So after this guy, I have 2 more because I'm going for 10. Yeah, I've really been grinding away. Not every night, but a lot of nights. Shit. And I did 10 last year as well, so when I'm done this year, I'll have 20. Hopefully I'll do 10 more next year. For this head, I'm trying to decide if I want these parts to be orange. Yellowish orange. Or if I want those parts to be white and the rest of the head to be orange. I think that might be what I want. Let's just see what it looks like. I think for how white the body is, maybe too much of the head is orange there, so I'm gonna have to flip it. Not what I intended when I drew it, but Whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's how Siamese cats are, right? They just have a little bit of brown in the middle of their face. Let me look that up. Yeah, so that's kind of like a Siamese cat. That's fine. I can live with that. So we'll call that layer orange. You know what? Do Siamese cats have blue eyes? Sometimes? I think they do. I was going to give this guy blue eyes. So that worked out. I mean, these aren't real cats. I can do whatever I want, but... it's kind of cool if there's like a real world inspiration or analog or something. Inside the mouth, I don't really know what color to make that. I don't want to make it black. Maybe black will work. For now, black. Maybe it'll change. I'll have to figure out a color for the stitches too. Oh, is that what this is? That game used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. Yeah, zombies ate my neighbors. I played it at my cousin's house because they had it on, I think, Sega Genesis, which we didn't have. So we would play it sometimes when we would go over there. And it would just scare me so much. Dolls with axes? Wow. Yeah, I might end up changing the thread color, but for now, I guess it's red. Dude, I remember the chainsaw guys in the hedge mazes. I remember those guys. What a scary game if you're like a little kid. Okay, let's start shading. On the cat on the left, I'm going to do yellowish shading. On the cat on the right, I'm going to do blue for the shading. Just so they contrast well together. How do they walk? How don't they walk? You know? Whichever one's walking forward, the other one walks backwards. While it's asleep, maybe? I don't know. That's the thing. They don't agree with each other, but they do have to get around, so... Maybe most of the time one of them is asleep, one or the other, you know, but whenever they're awake, they just fight the whole time. If Cat Dog can do it, these guys can figure it out. Yeah, these guys have a lot in common with Cat Dog. Okay, let's play this Kirkhope Halloween playlist. Generously brought to you by Nine. I imagine the black cat bullies the orange one into doing what it wants. Even in the picture, it looks like that. See, I tried in the picture, I tried to make the white and orange one look like it was grumpy and the black one look like it was having a mischievous good time. I feel like that's kind of cat dog's dynamic. Cat was always grumpy, dog was always enjoying himself. Of the vibe I'm getting is the black one is hissing at the orange one into submission, and the orange one is begrudgingly going along with it. That could be. Yeah, I haven't written the description for these guys yet, so. I will say something about a mad scientist sewing them together and something about them. I will refer to them as one monster because it'll be posted as one monster, and I think that's more like creepy to be like, it's always in a bad mood instead of they don't get along with each other, to be like, you know, it always feels tense. I think that's like a little creepier and helps sell that it's like one creature. Reminds me of Dodrio. Yeah. That's true. Dodrio is one creature. If I had to guess, I would guess that the Pokedex entries refer to it as one Pokemon and not like they do this, they do that, but like it does this, you know. Yeah, this cat's pretty much Dodrio of cats. The Dodrio of cats. It's Halloween Dodrio. Palduo? That's a cool name. I was kind of thinking going the Girafarig route of coming up with cat or some word that means cat and just spelling it like forwards and backwards. Pokedex says it. Well, there we go. Cat attack? Ooh. Yeah, I was thinking like cat-tack, but cat attack is a much cooler word. I would replace the C's with K's just because I do that a lot. Cat attack, yeah, that's cool. Execute uses they? That's weird. Maybe because they're not attached to each other, I guess. But yeah, that's a little inconsistent. Let me check something for a second. You okay? My wife just yelped in the other room and I asked if she was okay. She said the streamer she's watching just showed a spider on stream. Yeah, I've always found the lore for Execute to be a little spotty. Yes, me too. Yeah, since most Pokemon don't add an S for plural, the plural for Execute is Execute. But the Mon we see in the games is a cluster of Execute. Yeah, I don't get it. Execute's really weird. I really like this guy so far. Man, I really like coloring in this modern style a lot. It's gonna be sad to go back to watercolors. I'm just kidding. But honestly, I do have a lot more fun doing this. Oh, I'm glad you really like it. Yeah, it's a lot faster to do than watercolor for me, and it's just like fun. I don't know, there's something about it that's a lot of fun. think it's going to be a little bit tough for me to figure out how to shade this head area here. Not sure if this is what you're going for, but the stitches being red kind of reminds me of bloody stitches, which is probably a bit more morbid. Like they were recently sewn together. Yeah, I can make the stitches any color. I just wasn't really sure. I don't want to make them black or white. I guess I could make them gray. Gray might be some nice symbolism. The frog had red stitches, yeah. Alright, thank you for joining us, as always, Sapphire. Glad you could be here. Catch you later. The frog did have red stitches, that's right. Let's pick a nice gray. Stitch layer is where? Here? Yeah, we'll just have them gray for now. I wonder, this might make this a lot easier. I wonder if I should just get rid of this little fur spike here. Let me try that. I think that works. Yeah, I think that's fine. The lighting is getting spooky. It's getting kind of dark outside here. Man, the shading for this black cat has really thrown me off. Mm. Yeah, I'm loving this playlist. I'll be ending the stream in about 40 minutes, if I'm still going then. Right now I am struggling to shade the black cat. Not the color itself, but yeah, just where to apply the shading. And some of the highlights. They're just throwing me off. This is a quiet song. I'll start shading some of the other parts just to keep it moving here. How do I shade this mostly shut eye here? Or not shade, how do I add a shine to it, you know? Definitely want to imply some sort of that round form underneath the skin. For the shading and highlights of the face? Or you mean for the eyeball? Under the skin? Okay, if I can just figure out this head. I just need to shade the head. That's it. You know, I think this might be one of those things where I have to take a little break and step away from it and then come back to it later. Because that happens a lot where, especially when I'm shading something, I'll be stuck and I'll be trying to do the same thing for a long time. But then I'll leave and I'll come back the next day or a couple hours later and I'll be like, oh, I don't know why that was so hard. It was easy this time. So I'm just going to forget about the head for the rest of the stream and I will shade the paws. Fresh pair of eyes, exactly. Okay, I'm going to use the same yellow shading as I did with the white cat. Hopefully that looks fine. Okay, except for shading the face, I'm pretty much done. So, oh, I need to shade the threads. My bad. The threads are right here. Okay, now we're gonna say it's good for now. I'll shade the face later. I'll step away, I'll come back. So that'll be the stream for tonight. We got like 98% of the way done with this guy. Pretty proud of it so far. Maybe I'll post it tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. I don't like to post on the weekend, so yes, I'll try to finish him up tonight and post it tomorrow. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And then Monday is actually Halloween. I'm going to try to do a Halloween stream either Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. One of those days. I'll try to wear a costume. We'll see. Yeah, thanks for joining me, everybody. You love the design. Thanks, by 9. You like them too, Woojack. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys again, and I will see you next time. Bye. See ya.